Hello and a very warm welcome to MK World 4K. I am MK, and it is my profound privilege to be your guide today. We are about to embark on an extraordinary journey, one driven not by a simple itinerary, but by a deep and abiding curiosity. Our destination is a land where history breathes in the very stones of its cities, where nature has sculpted landscapes of breathtaking beauty, and where human ingenuity has reached for the divine. This is Italy, a country that is as much a living museum as it is a vibrant modern nation. Our journey commences here in the heart of Rome, before a structure of immense scale and profound historical weight, the Colosseum. For nearly 2 millennia, its skeletal arches have stood as a powerful symbol of Roman ingenuity and indeed its ruthlessness. Imagine, if you will, 80,000 spectators, a cross-section of an entire society, from emperors to commoners, all gathered within these elliptical walls. Their roars, their gasps, their cheers, they are all imprinted on this place. Silent echoes in the warm Italian air. A complex system of subterranean tunnels and elevators, the hypogeum, would suddenly release combatants and animals onto the arena floor, creating a spectacle of terrifying surprise. Today, though weathered by time and scarred by history, the Colosseum's grandeur remains undiminished. We now travel north to a city that defies logic and captivates the soul, Venice. It exists as if in a dream, a shimmering mirage built upon water. To navigate these waterways in a gondola is to experience the city as it was intended. Each turn reveals a new vista, a breathtaking basilica, a hidden courtyard, a palace adorned with Byzantine and Gothic flourishes. The atmosphere is one of timeless romance, particularly as the golden light of late afternoon bathes the pastel-colored buildings in a soft, ethereal glow. Yet this beauty is fragile. Venice is in a constant, delicate dance with the rising tides. In the field of miracles, the Piazza dei Miracoli stands one of the world's most famous architectural anomalies, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It is at first sight a startling vision, a beautiful Romanesque bell tower that appears to be in a perpetual, graceful state of collapse. Millions are drawn here each year, not just to witness the lean, but to interact with it, creating playful photographs that have become a modern ritual. We return to Rome, but we cross a border into the smallest independent state in the world, Vatican City. At its heart lies St. Peter's Square, a colossal embrace of colonnades designed by Bernini, intended to welcome the faithful into the arms of the church. Here, one must simply stand in silence and look up. The ceiling, painted by Michelangelo over 4 arduous years, is one of the supreme achievements of Western art. It is an epic narrative of creation and humanity's story, a work of such genius and power that it transcends its religious context to speak to all of humankind. Our journey now takes us south, to a coastline so beautiful it is said to have been forged by the gods. This is the Amalfi Coast, a dramatic meeting of mountain and sea. Here, sheer limestone cliffs plunge vertiginously into the turquoise waters of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Clinging to the cliffsides like vibrant clusters of barnacles are villages painted in a palette of sun-bleached pastels. Positano, Amalfi, Ravello. The road that snakes along this coast, the famous Amalfi Drive, is an engineering marvel in itself, offering breathtaking views at every hairpin turn. The air is thick with the scent of lemons, as groves are cultivated on meticulously terraced slopes, a practice that has shaped this landscape for centuries. The Amalfi Coast is not just a destination, it is a complete sensory immersion into the very essence of Mediterranean beauty. We travel to Tuscany, to the cradle of the Renaissance, Florence. The city's skyline is utterly dominated by one structure, a beacon of art and ingenuity, the Cathedral of Santa Maria del Fiore. At its heart is the magnificent Duomo, or dome, an architectural feat that heralded a new era of human potential. When the cathedral was largely completed in the 14th century, the space for the dome was a vast, open void. No one knew how to span such a gap. Then came Filippo Brunelleschi, a genius who devised a revolutionary double-shelled design and invented new machines to hoist materials to staggering heights. To climb its 463 steps is to journey through the mind of its creator, to see the inner workings of his genius. From the top, the whole of Florence unfolds below, a city built on art and banking, forever shaped by the shadow of this monumental achievement. We journey back in time to a place of immense tragedy and unparalleled archaeological importance, Pompeii. In the year 79 AD, this was a bustling, prosperous Roman city, alive with commerce, art, and daily life. When it erupted, it did so with unimaginable violence, burying Pompeii and the nearby town of Herculaneum under a thick blanket of volcanic ash and pumice. The city and its people were frozen in an instant, lost to the world for nearly 1,700 years. We can walk its stone-paved streets, enter its homes, and see the vivid frescoes that still adorn its walls. Pompeii is not a city of ghosts, it is a city of echoes, a powerful and humbling reminder of the fragility of life and the awesome, destructive power of nature. In the foothills of the Alps, we find a landscape of serene and sophisticated beauty. This is Lake Como, a glacial lake shaped like an inverted Y. Its deep blue waters are cradled by steep forest-covered mountains that rise dramatically from the shoreline. For centuries, this has been a retreat for the wealthy and the artistic, a place of peace and inspiration. These villas, with their opulent facades and meticulously manicured botanical gardens, dot the shoreline like pearls on a string. The best way to appreciate the grandeur of the lake is from the water itself, a gentle boat trip revealing one stunning vista after another. The charming towns of Bellagio, Varenna and Menaggio, located at the junction of the lake's three branches, offer idyllic settings to explore. Lake Como represents a perfect harmony between natural splendor and human refinement, a place where the majesty of the mountains is reflected in the tranquil elegance of the water. Our journey takes us to the rugged coast of the Italian Riviera, to a place known as the Cinque Terre, or the Five Lands. This is a string of 5 ancient fishing villages: Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Rio Maggiore. For centuries they were almost completely isolated from the outside world, accessible only by sea or by treacherous mule paths. Over 1,000 years, the inhabitants have painstakingly terraced the steep hillsides to cultivate grapes and olives. These dry stone walls are a UNESCO World Heritage Site in their own right. Today, a network of hiking trails connects the villages, offering some of the most spectacular coastal scenery in Europe. To walk these paths is to be suspended between the deep blue of the Ligurian Sea and the vibrant green of the vineyards, with the colorful villages serving as breathtaking punctuation marks along the way. The Cinque Terre is a celebration of a resilient culture and its harmonious yet arduous relationship with a dramatic environment. For our final wonder, we ascend to the northeast of Italy, to a mountain range of unique and breathtaking beauty, the Dolomites. These are not the dark, granite peaks typical of the Alps. The rock here is different, a pale carbonate rock called dolomite, which gives these mountains their distinctive ethereal appearance. At sunrise and sunset, they perform a spectacular natural light show known as the Enrosadira, where the peaks are set ablaze in hues of pink, orange, and fiery red. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated natural magic. In summer, its vast network of trails invites hikers to explore lush alpine meadows filled with wildflowers. In winter, the landscape transforms into a pristine white wonderland, offering some of the world's most renowned skiing. The Dolomites are more than just mountains. They are monumental sculptures carved by glaciers and time, a fitting and majestic conclusion to our exploration of Italy's wonders. And so, our journey through the 10 wonders of Italy comes to a close. We have stood in the shadow of empire, drifted through a city of dreams, and gazed upon art that touches the eternal. From the sun-drenched southern shores to the magnificent northern peaks, we have witnessed a country that is a tapestry woven with threads of history, culture, and breathtaking natural beauty. Perhaps you have a favorite among the ones we have shown, a place that calls to your spirit. I would be genuinely delighted to read your thoughts, so please, do share which Italian wonder captivates you the most in the comments below. If you, like me, are driven by a curiosity to understand and appreciate the marvels of our world, I warmly invite you to subscribe to MK World 4K and join our community of explorers. Thank you, most sincerely, for allowing me to be your guide today. Until our next adventure, travel well and never lose your sense of wonder.